Welcome to episode 22, I think, of this series. So last time we did lots of stuff. The red team got ginormous. So yeah, let's get started. So this is the last episode of this era. And Russia. What have you been up to? Russia has been doing some stuff on this border. China doesn't like it. China, like, hey, stop. Russia's like, nah. So they have bad relations. Currently, the strongest country in the world is China. Russia is second. Black team is third. So yeah. So Russia, actually, the first time ever, they got a new leader, and their leader is crazy. Literally, he starts making his own allies. You seeing your allies get steamrolled by your leader. Yeah. Well, he wasn't elected. This guy in Russia, he was just in power because his dad died. But he was a psychopath. Was committing atrocities even to their own government. So yeah. Now the Russians are going on an absolute rampage. Like, literally. They're sending their whole military that's not on defense, all their offensive forces. They're just doing invasions of their allies. Their allies, what are they supposed to do? Yeah, Russia is just killing their allies. Yeah, they have one more country, but they get beat to it when they only get half the country, which they're not happy about. Because they're like, here's our ally. Literally, they're like, bro, you were invading your allies. So yeah, Russia just destroyed all their allies. Now where do they go? Literally, Sweden's like, chat. Like, they generally do not like, they dislike both teams. So they join the Chinese. This enrages Russia. And, yeah. These guys, they're like, no, we're done. And, yeah, these guys are gonna obviously jump you. I'm gonna do so surprisingly, extremely fast. If they were prepped to do this or something. Yeah, Russia's committing a mass atrocities. New borders will rearrange between these two. Russia's will know who else in their alliance. Canada's like, no, peace. We don't need you anymore. And yeah, Russia's alliance, they just made their own alliance collapse. Like it's going. Rome is out. And Russia is going to start invading Rome. And, invading Rome. But when they're invading Rome, something not so pleasant happens. The black team is like, no, you're not doing that. They officially joined. Well, actually, no. They joined this alliance, and well, they're also in. They're in both. They're in both. They're in both. So, Taylor's the red one, but they're in both. So now, volunteer forces are being sent over here to fight against the Russians. And this will be the last minor conflict, but this is the biggest one, as this one is dragging tensions like crazy. Russia is surprised. No. Black team doesn't want peace, they don't want anyone. This war. And that's the peace treaty. The black team says if you invade one more country, Russia, we're going to jump you. And just since these guys, since they are no longer in danger, they now are interested in the red team. the red team does take the opportunity to jump its neighbor. They take this as well. I'm pretty sure that's from the brown team. The brown team just gives it to them. They're in an alliance. And well, these guys just get owned first. And owned first happens. Over here. And yeah. The black team's too big with Russia, and Russia's too big with the black team in Rome, so this happens. What kind of conflict's over? Yeah. So now we're up to date on the world. There's a massive giant block in Europe. So now people, well, not Europe, Africa. Yeah, they take this country. And they turn this country to their ideology. And yeah, they want stuff. So Russia has literally no alliance. They don't have an alliance, as they killed their whole alliance. China, it's a pretty big alliance. Now, everyone's gonna start bribing these guys. These guys are just going to invade here. No one's gonna do anything. No one even notices. I mean, China doesn't care. China does not care about their allies. They just want to make them look mean. They do not care. So now, yeah, they do physically not care. So the black team is very worried that something might come soon. So what'd they do? Well, they're gonna go down here. And well, it's time to colonize Africa. Asia is launched of Africa. They're establishing a colony. Yeah, these guys are going to continue to get mowed down. So that becomes their colony, and this. Yeah, this also becomes their colony. Now the world is like, yeah. Both of them are outgoing cuckoo. And China doesn't care about their allies at all. Luckily, the other two do. Except Russia doesn't have that alliance anymore. These guys are like, oh no. They actually joined this block. Down here, the black team is just going to, take it this. So they're just gonna start walking into their African allies and just, take them. So now they're acting up. Well, they actually say why they're doing this, because they want land. And well, they want a colony in Africa, so they don't want to take their allies. They're apologizing for it, but they're doing it. They're not treating them like badly. Treating them as their like own country, not like a foreign nation. So they're like not as bad as Russia. Yeah, ultimatums happen as well. Give me that. Alright, it's time for the invasion of the Pacific. First, Chinese interference. China occupies islands. And the black team, they're gonna launch their invasion of this island and take it with very fast. So the black team can't have any more colonies, but they have a pretty good colony in Africa. So they're pretty happy. They're like, take that, Russia. What is Russia's response? Well, the response is pretty simple, actually. We'll get that in a sec. For that response, the black team is going to, start their colonization campaign over here as well. Just to add. Get a foothold over here in Beulah against China. So you have a pretty good colony over here. The North American companion. Invade this country. And now the black team has to get ready. He's preparing for this to invade this country. But first, we have to say something. Russia declares war on the black team. Yeah, but we didn't expect that to happen. But here we go. Yeah. That's their response. I told you they were crazy. And this begins our next era, which is World War I. We're starting that right now. Yes. First, we have to finish up here in Mexico. You'll get a bit of it in this episode. Because it's going to be a long one. And after, we have another amazing era right after. I guess the last few taken by its puppet state. Some of the two are at war. How's the world going to say this? The world is shocked. Well, they're not surprised, but they're like, already? We just had a war. Like 10 years ago. These 19 something. But we got guns and we have early tank development or whatever. So, yeah, the two are at war. China immediately declares war on Russia and the black team. Being fed up with the two. And, well, seeing the opportunity to take them both down. So, yeah, the pink team, you're cooked here, buddy. You survived the last conflict. From the last conflict, but this conflict, you're getting incinerated. Like, to be honest, you're getting incinerated. Well, something the start of it, at least. This conflict, at least. You're getting smoked. Now Russia and China are on basically a ginormous front against each other. Look at this front line. Hey boy. It's gonna be one of those. Yeah. So this is going to be a war. The war. So we're gonna do a bit of the war. Let's start. The black team immediately is gonna be like, alright. Take out this front. Their immediate goal is to take out the African front. Which they're actually pretty successful in, so they have no threat in North America. Except the whatever. So they take the Suez. No, they don't just take the Suez. They say the Suez is theirs. Take core the Suez. Now North America has no more threats in it. That means they can focus mostly on. They're going to be focusing all on Europe. So their stuff's coming to Europe. It's coming pretty darn fast. So Russia has literally no allies. And China is starting the swooping campaign. against the Russians. This brutal fighting is immediately starting. The two giants clash in the most brutal fighting to date in the series. This is literally a world war. This is World War One. We've arrived. Didn't take that long, but we're here. Luckily, Rome's not in this war. The black team is still gonna get cooked here, though, at the start of the war, at least at the start of the conflict, because they did not expect this to happen. Now they're being pushed back severely. And yeah, they also this up here, Norway, Sweden, or whatever you want to call them. Sweden, they're just shaking. They're shaking really, really bad. They're like, oh no. So right now Russia is doing pretty good in the front, but now then their troops are coming over here. So the war is here. Immediately as the wars start, these guys are like, you know what, it's perfect time to have a civil war. This country just collapses. The government, an actual good and not a dictatorship is thrown in. People are overthrowing the government. And both sides are taking advantage of the situation. The red team doesn't. It's like half their land stolen from them. So yeah, the world is in chaos. And the World War One is going to kick off next episode. Well, we already said we got a good glance of it, but next episode we're going to actually get a good thing of it. So, yeah. Next episode is the next era, which is the First World War, or the Great War. And after that, we have a pretty interesting era right after. Unlike last war, we actually had a winner, but the one before that, this one's also gonna have a winner. Like, it's gonna be a clear winner of the three. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one, which is the Great War or World War One.